only people, who have this kind of decentralization of power from the center, and states are allowed to develop at their own paces, will have a healthy competition and the country will move forward. I think that's one of the things lacking in this country.
Yeah, absolutely. I absolutely agree with you more than 100%. And coming to think of that, I will just imagine that the Nigerian government or the Nigerian structure is structured after the United Kingdom or maybe the United States, because sometimes we tend to copy what is happening in the United States. And that would be exactly what Nigerian people are asking for, the autonomy of the states. So that if I don't want to remain in the dark, I should create light. I should be able to generate light.
Yes.
There are state policing in many countries in Europe. There are federal police here. There are more than one type of federal police here, even in Italy, But there are still local police.
Mm-hmm.
Because they are the ones that know you to the ground. They speak your local language if you want to. Because in Italy, for example, of course, they speak Italian, but there are the local languages. They are still Italian language, but they are different. The police that is coming from Rome doesn't know the nitty-gritty of those areas.
Surely.
Just like, for example, in Nigeria, you say you want to send a police officer from Nasarawa to go and police a system in Imo State. Do you know how that system is set up?
But that's what's happening.
And when it comes to the tax, how the tax work, if everything is collected and remitted to the federal, am I supposed to, if I'm a local government chairman, how am I supposed to run my system? Where am I supposed to get the money? So like you said, we do this Father Christmas thing, where the state have to extend their hand to the federal government, please give me money, and from there we give to... It's a stupid form of system. It doesn't exist anywhere. So based on what is the Nigerian system structure, is it like the United Kingdom? Please help me with that. I don't understand where it's coming from.
It's a pseudo American system we are practicing. Because what they have done is they've just, all this cut and join sort of thing. In Nigeria, we claim to have systems. In fact, we have the presidential system that is tailored after the American system and all that. You have the Senate, you have the House of Reps. But that's where it ends. The other things that make that system work, they jettisoned. I mean, you know that in the United States, every state is developing at its own rate. That is why states like California, states like New York, states like Texas are richer than these other small states, here and there. And they admit it. And there is nothing about it. If you want to make your place better, then work harder and see what you can get out of the system. It is not by, condemning everybody to a flat rate or something. It's actually not flat rate because now all the money is sent to the central government and they begin to ask, oh, what's the landmass of your people, your state? What's the population of your state? Even when such populations are inflated and all that. And based on all this, they now begin to allocate money. I mean, lately we've had this problem of VAT, value added tax. There are states in the north who say they are practicing Sharia. They are practicing Sharia, which is a form of Muslim, and they don't drink beer. It's not only that they don't drink beer, they have Hizbah, they call them, the local police or vigilante or whatever. And they go and they destroy people's shops, people's stores, where they have hundreds and thousands of cartons of alcoholic beverages. So there, they don't drink, they don't collect VAT on those alcoholic beverages. But down in the south, the people drink alcoholic beverages and VAT is collected from those states. And now one of the states went to court and said, how come you don't drink beer, you don't collect VAT on alcoholic beverages? We do. But when we collect these VAT to the central government, disbursement is made and you get part of this VAT, which you refuse to collect. I mean, it sounds stupid to me.
Absolutely.
Very senseless. It sounds very senseless. It shouldn't even be debated. I mean, come to think of it. You don't drink beer, you don't do this, you don't do that, so you don't collect VAT on them. Fine. So forget it. Let the people who drink beer, who collect VAT on beer and whiskey and brandy and whatever, use the VAT they collect from their people who indulge in that kind of lifestyle and develop the thing for the greater good of the people. They should not use it to come and develop your state where you have refused to collect the VAT. The matter is still in court now. We don't know how it's going to end.
I don't know. Sometimes I'm a little bit offensive. Is that I think we just we delegate our power to stupid people to run. And then they run the system stupidly. Then every Nigerian is appear that we are all stupid.
That is it.
We should apply common sense in most of the things that we do.
I mean, yes, definitely.
They make Nigeria appear like big babies, meaning adults that are actually baby. We haven't grown. Now, let me go a little bit again to the story that we are targeting today, which is the Nigerian Civil War and your experience. So tell me, the war has started now. Where were you?
Yes, fine. That's why I said, the school comes into, play. As the war began in 1967, of course, all the schools were closed and students sent home. The Biafran army that were in the engineering, Biafran army engineers, got together. They knew there was this blockade, there was sea blockade, air blockade, and all that. There were no land routes into Biafra. So getting arms was really a big problem. And so they began to think early enough how arms and ammunition could be produced in Biafra. So Port Harcourt was one of the areas that was not affected immediately by the war. And they began to manufacture weapons. They began to manufacture bombs, grenades, and all sorts of things, whatever that could be used in war that could easily be done. Because we had a good metal workshop, with foundry, lathe machines, milling machines, drilling machines, and so on, was turned into, an arms production center. And that was how I came into it. Because a few of us students who have now been sent home, because my parents lived in Port Harcourt, a few of us were contacted and they wanted more hands. So we joined the Biafran Army Engineers in the production of arms and ammunition.